what? On eBay or Amazon?
To be the man, you gotta beat the man, and I'm saying, woo! You're talking to the Rolex wearing, diamond ring wearing, wheeling dealing, limousine riding, jet flying, son of a gun, and I'm having a hard time holding these alligators down. Woo! Styling and profiling. Woo! Showtime.
Welcome to Defend the Hustle. Buffalo always keeps it a buck.
I can guarantee you most of the audience is gonna agree with me before they agree with you.
Lock in, because Buffalo is about to
Crack your cranium and fertilize your brain.
Go ahead and
right here, right now.
You go ahead.
subscribe and share now.
Every time I hear your intro, I think I'm
Good evening, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of Defend the Hustle. Do I have a delay?
No.
Anybody? No? Okay.
I won't hear it.
All right. So tonight, our special guest is TheLadyHustle. We are very happy to have her here. I'm pretty sure she's going to bring a lot of knowledge with Amazon reselling. And also, if you can see in the back of her background, she have the squash melons. And I asked her purposely in the green room to talk about that a little bit. So Pamela, go ahead and introduce yourselves, and then we'll get around to our special guest.
Hello, I'm the middleman picker, part-time reseller, full-time truck driver. I sell on Amazon, Walmart, eBay, and here and there. Thank y'all for coming out.
And I'm known as Johnny, New England Cajun Roots reseller. I sell on eBay, Mercari, Etsy, Poshmark, whatnot. Now I also have a new website. I do quilting. Yes, I do make quilts. And I do sell that on it's Michael's Maker's Place. And I've been reselling 100% full-time almost 5 years ago.
Wow.
Cool. And for everyone that don't know me, I am a Buffalo picker, part-time reseller, full-time federal employee, also retired military. And I sell on Amazon, Walmart, and eBay, and sometime on Facebook Marketplace. Our special guest tonight is TheLadyHustle. If you watch YouTube and try to find anything about reselling or Instagram, and now I think I've seen her on TikTok as well, make sure you go out to follow her. And TheLadyHustle, whatever you like to tell the audience tonight, go ahead and tell us. You can start off by letting us know how you got into reselling and whatever else you want to tell us tonight.
Hi. So first, thank you for the invite. It's an honor to be in here because defending the hustle. Love it. Love the topic. And how I started doing reselling, I was 4 5 years ago, a little bit more. I was manager for a farm, for a hog farm, and everything came really hard in that part because the people don't want to work in the agriculture part, and I was training people all the time, and I cannot get good people to get the numbers that I had to keep for be a good manager. I am very competitive, and that it was a very frustrating. So I talked with my husband and we decided that I will quit. And that time I was doing at the same time ML multi-level. And the name for that multi-level it was Angway. So and that time I decided to just start to keeping doing the Amway part, but at the same time I have a part time with the delivery packages from Amazon. It's those companies that are um, anybody can do it actually. So if you have the capital to invest in that, so you can create your side hustle or your side company and invest in Amazon and get your drivers and delivery package. So I was with one of those companies, and that's how I started to see how the people was order any item that you can imagine. I deliver anything that back then, like dog food, printers, anything that you can imagine. So I started to do some research about, how is this, company doing, and at the same time I was doing research and had to doing better with the multi-level, and you know how it is. You start to looking about how to create or how to have side hustles, and all the time, and mostly 95% of the time, Amazon ad it will appear for somebody, try to teaching you how to do in Amazon. So I started in Amazon in 2019. That was in November 2019. And I started, you know, months before the all what happened in 2020, because as you know, in the people who have been doing Amazon for a long time, and the 2020 it was a big wave of resellers starting because we all know why. So I started way back, like maybe 5 or 6 months before that, and I started reselling Amway products in Amazon, which is it was cool because back then nobody and the Amway people knows about it. I was doing pretty well, selling a lot of those. I started to see, okay, more ads about how to sell Nike and more products. Back then, and Jimmy will know this. Back then, it was really easy. It was not that many like, okay, this is you have to engage on this, you have to engage on this. I got engaged in everything pretty much back then,
Wow.
So I started to selling and selling, and that's how I started with that. And at the same time, I started doing eBay and Poshmark Mercari when I was doing Amazon. And you probably will ask me what I was doing all that at the same time, but I don't believe to do just one thing, and just leave it just for that, pray that everything goes well.
Right.
I am not that kind of person. So I start to research more about it and about more reselling, and I start reselling and eBay, clothing and some items that the Amazon returned to me. I was reselling in eBay, and then the next is history. So I've been doing since then, since 2019.
Wow.
Wow.
For
So
the
you
people who don't know, sorry.
so you say you started selling on Amazon and it ungated you automatically?
Yes, I have everything. Beside the Nike and Adidas, I have everything ungated. Everything back
Is that
then.
what based off of your performance?
Probably it was because my same sales from the Away part. gave me that, and I started to even make listings from the Amway part. So I was the only person selling that kind of items, and it's very big. And back then it was a big demand, for
Right.
those products, because if you, I don't know if you know about that multi-level, but it's been for forever, in the industry, and it's many people who get used to it, to the products, but they don't want to be in the business. So I was providing back then those products. Now it's full, of people
Right.
selling
Right.
them.
Right. Well,
So yeah.
it's a copycat world. So once you start something, you got to jump in and make as much money as possible as fast as you can, because it's always 10 or 50 people behind you trying to get in as well. Once they see what you're doing. Middleman, you got any questions for our guest tonight?
Amway been around for a very long time, right?
Yeah, from the 1960s.
Yeah, I heard
Very
about them
long
way
time.
back. How did you
Yeah.
like that? How did you enjoy
I
selling
did
that?
like it. I was doing money actually with that. That's the reason we decided to do it, because I thought that if I put the full effort, I will make more money. But then the people start. It's very difficult. You have to be very good with the sales.
Yeah.
Probably pretty much salesperson, and the leadership, we had to come out in there really good, and you had to be training every day about how to be a good leader and all that stuff, because if you know, the people will just go. And that's what happened on one of my lines. The people start to leaving, and then I get frustrated. So I start to focus only mainly on Amazon, because I was doing well.
So what?
And I'm
on
still in the
Amazon,
Amway because I love the products.
on
Anyway.
Amazon, were you doing only certain things as far as through Amway, or were you focusing on any specific items, or did you just basically run anything?
That's what I was about to ask.
That's a good question. I was doing the line of products for lose weight, and it called Excess in the Amway. So, and all the energy drinks, that was selling really well in there.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I started with that, and then I started making listings about the vitamins, because the vitamins wasn't in there. So I don't know if you know, but the vitamin C is really good product from there, and that was one of the first one that I was selling in there.
Right.
Yeah,
Hey,
vitamin.
y'all, let's take a pause.
That was a newbie.
Let's take a pause. If y'all got any additional questions for our guests, I'm going to go ahead and give a shout out to the chat, and then we'll do my first giveaway for the early birds. So I want to start out with adventures with Victoria. Appreciate you all coming out. I see you all sent the raid over here. I appreciate that. You and Ella. Thank you for being the first in the chat. Shout out to Jennifer Hayes. Thank you for what you do for the channel. Lil Debbie, thank you for coming out. Jessica, Dumpster Girl, thank you for coming out. Spirit Junkie, thank you for coming out. Lisa, thank you for coming out. Mary, thank you for coming out. Constance, thank you for coming out. Sugar Plum, appreciate you. Teresa, I guess that's how you pronounce that. Thank you for coming out. Dolores, thank you for coming out. Gatita, I hope I didn't chop that up. Thank you for coming out. Flip Flops, thank you for coming out. Lola, thank you for coming out. Cool Ranch, thank you for coming out. Miss Idaho, appreciate you coming out. Kelly K, thank you for coming out. Cool Ranch, I just said Cool Ranch. Love, thank you for coming out. Janice, thank you for your support. Robin Bye, thank you for coming out. Annette, thank you for coming out. Kathy, thank you for coming out. New England Betty Boo in the house, appreciate your support. Thank you for what you do for the channel. Resale Data, what's going on? Greg, thank you for coming out. LKL Keith, thank you for your support. All in one package, everybody know that's Miss Buffalo. Thank you for your support.
Yep.
Let's see who else we got in here. Ella, give me a 1 in the chat if you're in the room. I want to show you something real quick. Joyce, thank you for coming out. Mel Flippets, thank you for coming out. Thank you for your support. Mel Flippers, I met her on TikTok, and we support each other channel over there, and she been coming in and supporting the show as well on Friday night. Thank you for coming out, Mel. Tina Collier, everybody know that's the middleman wife, other half. That's what I want to say. What's going on? The Boss Podcast.
Richie Hustle.
My man Richie Hustle. Thank you for coming out. If you all haven't checked out the Richie Hustle Podcast, it's called The Boss Podcast. Go over there and give him support. Check out his podcast. We're supposed to kind of collaborate at some point where I can be a guest on that show down the road. So support Richie Hustle. He definitely try to bring the real with reselling. Jeff, what's going on, eBay Addict? Appreciate you coming out. Let's see. Did I miss anybody?
Looking in the hood, Big Cal.
What's up, Big Cal?
Maria. Harry Humstone.
Harry Hustle.
All right, Rich Hustle. I'll be waiting for that, man.
He gonna fly you out.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to get down in Florida, man. Maybe we can meet in Orlando or something. I don't know if you got a mobile studio or how you do it, but hey, man, I'm down for the ticket too. Let's see. Harry Hamstone, appreciate you coming out, bro. Thank you for what you do and supporting the channel. See, Marie. Marie, I'm not sure if I shipped your game out or not. I'm not 100% on that, but I check when I get to the warehouse tomorrow. And I think Cheryl, I got a video game. If I'm correct on that, put it in the chat for me. Make sure I get that stuff out tomorrow. Let's see. So is Ella in here?
Yeah, she just typed in the chat.
Okay. All right, Ella, let me show you this. This is what I got you. And I got one at the warehouse as well. And I know you kind of been looking for this, but every time I go to the store, I forget. So I remembered today. And here you go. This one of three. This is Captain America, Marvel T-shirt, and it's size medium. It's small now.
Yeah.
And this is another one with the Hulk, Thor, Iron Man, Captain America, and then I got another one at the warehouse, but I don't know who's on it, but I know it's a Marvel. I think it may be Spider-Man. I'm not 100%, but I have you 3 T-shirts, and I'm gonna mail them out tomorrow with everybody else items.
Cheryl says Cheryl says she does not remember what it was, but when she
I think it was a video game.
And Maria says she thinks or she remembers that it was a wrestling figure, but she hasn't gotten it yet.
Okay. I think if I'm not mistaken, well, I'll check it out. But if I'm not mistaken, I thought the wrestler went to Jennifer. But we'll see. We'll check it out. I'll make sure I send you all the right items. Sorry
I know
about
somebody
that.
donated the item to Jennifer.
Yeah, and I think it was the wrestler, if I'm not mistaken. But we'll work it out. Anyway, if I have to, Marie, I'll throw you a wrestler in there. It's no big deal.
Betty Boo would like to know, do you still have any Defender Hustle iron-ons? She needs one.
Who that?
New England Betty Boo.
Yeah, I got extra large and 2X.
You're welcome, Mel.
So let me know your size, Betty Boo. I'm getting some more made, but I don't want to do that until I get my channel monetized. And then I'm going to post that stuff on my YouTube store. Let's see. Okay. So let me go ahead and do this quick giveaway. If you're interested, I'm giving away 4 items tonight, and one is the first item is going to be Donatello. I got this item from Ross, and right now it's selling for about $21 on all the platforms. So you hold on to it to around Q4, you might can get $35 out of it. I don't know, but this is Donatello. And I think I got them all, Michelangelo and Leonardo. So this will be 3. And then I got my dude, Ric Flair, that I'll be giving out tonight as well. So go ahead, if you're interested in this, put hashtag 777 in the chat. 777. And this is Donatello. And we'll run it.
Party Girl Picker switched phones, Tanya.
No, Tina. That's my wife. She
That's what? Oh,
she
so she
switched.
changed on. Okay.
Yeah. Her other phone went out.
All right, so this giveaway is for the early bird. So this is what I'm going to try to do. The first 15 minutes into the show, I'm going to give a giveaway. I'm not going to wait to the middle or the end. I'm going to give it first 15 minutes, do the giveaway. Wherever we're in the show, we're going to pause it and do the giveaway for show respect to the people that showed up early.
And Mel, you're welcome. I support everybody as much as I can.
Welcome in, Jeff Doris.
All right, let me get ready to present here.
He used to have was his name used to be eBay Addict?
Yep.
Okay, that's what I thought. I did a lot of interviews when I first started on his channel. I remember when he used to do interviews out of his car.
Yeah. I remember that too. He changed name.
Yeah.
All right, so this is available for everybody. So if you're on the panel and you want to try to win it, put in hashtag 777. And I'm gonna run it. All right, we're gonna go ahead and do the drawing. All right, Marie.
Oh.
I'm glad I held off.
Congratulations.
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 Let's see. All right. So all right, Marie, you can win all three tonight. This is Donatello. You get the whole set. You know, if you win the next two drawings. All right. So let's get back into the conversation. If you got any questions for our guest tonight, the Lady Hustle, go ahead and put your question in the chat. And guys, if you got any more questions, you can go ahead and ask, and I'll just keep the chat going.
Yeah,
go ahead.
No, it was one of my questions was that what categories did you get started in? But I think you pretty much said health and beauty.
Mm-hmm. Health and beauty.
So that I know that's a big sell on Amazon. A lot of people don't talk about it. We don't even talk about it, but I'm pretty sure we all sell in it, you know. And it's very profitable. But what did you transition into anything else other than health and beauty when you got started?
Yes. I was doing a little bit about sneakers, and I did toys.
Toys, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, especially during fourth quarter.
Yeah, you had to for especially when if you have been doing Amazon, you remember those tech deck. Oh my, that was hundreds and hundreds of sales. Yeah, that was a really good one. You had to.
Your name was pronounced Satina? Cynthia. The question I have is when you started with your Amway, because I used to sell Amway and I know how that worked, and I sold a lot of Amway. So how do you replenish your items when you know you have to order? Do you place your orders ahead of time when you're getting low on your inventory, or do you just keep that set amount of inventory on at all times?
Yeah, I place the orders, ahead, because I was checking how many was selling by day, and that's how I placed the orders. And I was using back then, because I didn't have money, I started with $49, so I was using the credit cards, and try to put in back the money when at the end of the month. I'm pretty sure they're all of us doing that. The people who reselling Amazon especially. And yeah, so I was checking how many sales I got per day, and that's how many I was putting the order. And I was doing FBA, really good one, So
okay.
I became an expert very early. FBA part, I wasn't doing FBA. I was a little scared about that, and that's how I was able to get profit more money when I started.
What's up, Harry? Lisette has a question.
Said,
Oh, that was my link for my quilting the stuff on Michael's.
Right here?
Yeah.
Okay.
That way, if anybody would like to check out my work, I got some more quotes I need to put up there.
I'm trying to catch the chat up.
Gulf Coast just came in.
What's up, Ryan?
Keeping that shot.
So do you see the questions from New England Betty Boo?
Yeah, there it is right there. Where are you from and how long have you been in the States? Lisette asks.
Thank you, Lisette. I met Lisette in person, so she knows me really well. So I am from Honduras, and I've been in the country just 10 years. So I haven't been that long, and she was surprised when I started to tell my story because I came and I didn't knew English at all. I had the knowledge, just in grammar, how they teach in the school and all that. The Spanish in here, that was the same for us over there with the English, and that's it. I didn't have fluence and nothing like that. So I had to, when I started to doing reselling, I had to studying, more, especially if you're doing those listings on eBay, yeah, for all the words and all that, because that was a little bit more hard, for me. So yeah, being in the country just 10 years.
All right. Well, shout out to Gulf Coast Pickers. Appreciate you coming out, brother. So Betty Boo is calling you out about those squash millers. Say you squash miller queen. So can you while we on that, can you talk about that a little bit? How you got into the squash millers? And I know you can't give away some of your hidden secrets, but just tell us what you can about the squash millers.
Yeah, see, I am very I like to do my research, especially in the Google Trends. And when I start to hear about all the Q4, and toys and all that, and all the time all the time it was a Squishmallow, the normal one, right? So that was about that time where it was a big thing about the Squishmallows and all that. So I start to learning more and more and see which ones was selling and which ones the people are looking. Because if you go to the website, you can find out which ones are very rare and which ones they're printing just a few amounts, and those are the goal. So, and plus that, doing a lot of research and Reddit and, many stuff that you had to be creative for get those sales. And I start to collect them too. So I love them. And that's probably part of what it makes me good in selling them, because I love them and, I collect them and I have a really big appreciation for those toys. And yeah, so I started 3 years ago selling a lot of Squishmallows in eBay or in Amazon.
Right.
I love selling
I can tell you my experience with squash melons is I heard you talk about them on one of your videos. I think it was either a video or a talk or a show you was on. You was talking about squash melons. And I received some squash melons from a liquidation toy, Target liquidation. And I think I had maybe 30 boxes of those. And they was the big boys, the one that sell for like 60 and 70 bucks. And I was selling them good. And I get a letter from Amazon saying that I was no longer able to sell those. But the good thing was I was able to pivot and go to Walmart and sell them. So I do know that there's a great value in finding those for a discounted price and being able to sell them. I don't know if you saw the photo I put in my Instagram where I had bought the whole box from Walmart, and they was basically I think it was either $1.99 per, or it was $3 per item. And I just took the whole case, and those things have paid off like 7, 8 times, what I paid for them, probably a little bit even more, because I shipped most of them into Amazon. The crazy thing was, a year ago when I got the pallet from Target, Amazon kicked me off the listing. And now when I got this whole box full, Amazon allowed me to sell them again. So it was just crazy. But, I know how that worked with Amazon, and I'm sure you do as well, about they basically reward you for your performance.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Yeah. That was the time where they come in very, very, with the toys and the letters, and you had. And I was thinking, why you need a letter for that toy? It's almost a pillow.
Right.
But
right.
I don't make the rules, so.
Basically how that works is Amazon is the one that's controlling that. And a lot of people got the misconception that it's the company that's dictating. It's Amazon, because what they're looking at is how many people are selling, got that item in stock, and whether or not they got future stocks coming in. If they got future stocks coming in, then they play the letter game, or you got to be ungated in this, because they're trying to kick you off the listing so they can move theirs. And and we kind of hit on it last week show about the fact that they have a class action lawsuit on them right now that that's pretty much in favor for the reseller if litigation can be done on it. But just well, we know that if you got deep pockets, you can kind of buy people off. And I don't really see a change coming with that, but I'm still hopeful.
It's a monopoly. I don't know if you have hear or see the documentary that is around from the UK about the Amazon and the prices and all that.
Yeah, you talking about how he did the book people? That's the one you're talking about?
Yeah, the one it's two sellers they are interviewing there, and actually Tucker, I think is his name, Tucker Carlson, something like that.
Tucker Carlson.
That guy get an interview with one of them about how Amazon is a monopoly and all that, but you just have to try to play the rules,
right
here and there. Okay, this is the word, so we go to another one.
Betty Boo said, let's talk numbers.
Come on.
Yeah.
Because she knows I love numbers. Yeah.
Yeah, reselling, it's great for us, that the ones that love it, but behind the scenes, it's a dirty game. It's a dirty game.
The comment you just ended on, the very next one's a question from
let's see.
From Lisette.
Lisette.
Go down some more. Timestamp 8 o'clock. Go down some more.
Okay, got it.
Right there. What was your most profitable Squishmallow so far?
It's been a pink pig. They were selling for $135 in Amazon, and I was happy that when I found about that bolo, I started to hit all the Walmarts, and I was selling a lot of them. I think it's on my Instagram. It's a big one, 16, almost 24.
Right.
Very big. That's have been one of my most profits. The one that make more money. Right. Because I was paying $19 for them at Walmart, and then I was reselling for $135. So it was really good. And
wow.
And in eBay, if you go, it's a really good ones for eBay. It's one they call the Cat Black Squishmallow, That is a gold. If you find it, it's like almost $1,000 because they just print a little bit a day, And when I found it, I sell it for a really low price, like I think $300, because I didn't knew.
Right.
It was just happened. I found it in a flea market, and I just bought it because I like it. It was very weird. Have a tag the 300 and the year, and I just bought it, and I said, okay, seems weird. But in that time, the people was selling at that price. Right now, you can sell that one for 1,200, 1,200. All the way, all the way you get. Yeah, and it's more of those out there. They are really good.
One of the things I want to say about Squishmallow too, a lot of people don't think about it. For me, when I got into it, I was getting them at Walgreens right after Christmas, and I'm talking about the big ones. And I sell those so fast. I thought maybe I might be pricing them too low, but I got them for what was it, $9.99, and I was selling them with the rainbow unicorns for over $68, and I only paid $9.99 for them at Walgreens on clearance. Go figure. Yeah.
Yeah. Shout out to Char F. Thank you for coming out. Appreciate your support. Squashmallows, man. It's like Squashmallows was one of those toys that I didn't put a lot of interest in when I would go to the stores. And once I saw the Lady Hustle video, it's like I started looking for that stuff. And
you realize he's messing with you, right?
Huh?
You realize he's messing with you, right?
Yeah.
What happened?
You call it Squashmallows.
Squashmallow. You put melon. So he's going to start calling them now.
Yeah. When I started looking for those, man, I was intrigued about how much money you could get for the flipping that type of product, and I just started looking for them, and I just got lucky at Walmart because I would see them in Walmart all the time in this big
gaylers.
Yeah, and I would just be like, man, I ain't whatever, But now I know better. So when I go in, I always scan them just to make sure. Okay, I get it. Man, I'm a country boy, man. You know what I meant, brother.
So I have to ask a question about the Squishmallow. When you I know for holidays, they always have the big Gaylord boxes where they got the big peeps for Easter or whatever holiday. Do you tend to go to those and deal with those, or you just leave those alone?
No, I go with all the Squishmallows. Every time they got a release, and especially one store that I'm going to mention because when they got the release and you go early, you can resell those for really good price on Amazon because it's people. The release that they do is some cities get those release in that store before some others. So it's some people making those listings. By the time that you get to my cities, those listings are there, but they are a few sellers. So you can go in, sell you amount and then just get out. Because they come in, some of them, they come in very, crowded and the price tank and all that. So if you got it right in the moment, you can resell really good those.
Now,
it's a really good store.
Do you tend to hold on to any for the next season?
Yes. Some of them, as I say, it depends, how many they have been making. And usually the people who know a lot about them, they are more fanatic, knows how many they are made for, each of them. And if you go to all those chats and all that, you can find out which ones are really the people are looking, and those are, the most valuable.
Okay.
But I still make a good money with the, what you call the mass produced kinds. You catch it at the right moment.
I showed you this one earlier, right? Pikachu. I see on Amazon the lowest person is $34, but the highest goes all the way up to $100.
It depends on the size.
This is something you'll wait until Q4 to sell.
Yes, of course. But the prices of those, sometimes it depends on if it's many listings, right? If it's somebody else think we will get for 140, they will put it on that price. But sometimes are for the size. If you open the label inside, and there you can see the size of that squishmallow, and you can compare with the listing if it's the right one, because you don't want to send for somebody to collect those the wrong size.
Yeah. What about this one?
That's a bad review. Woo! I've never seen that one though.
Ice cream, vanilla ice cream.
Summer one.
Yeah, this.
See, for example, this one.
Yeah.
Inside and there, if you don't know, inside and there, before the date of the birth of the squishmallow, and there is the size. It's a S and the number.
Yeah, look at in the blue tag, Dave.
Yeah.
No,
blue tag. Yeah.
Look inside the tag, the blue tag, like the egg. Where the little egg tag is, it's inside of that.
Yeah, with the ones of Disney and Pokemon and all those, you will not see those. But if you have that and you stock and all that, you can compare, and you can say, okay, this is 16, this is because Disney, the ones of Disney, Pokemon, and all those brands, they doing with them with Squishmallows.
Yeah,
they usually don't put the number, just the name, because for people who collect them and Disney too.
So I got a question about Walgreens, and let me make sure I pronounce the name right because we got some English teachers in here. Squashmallows. Do you find any values in those at Walgreens and CVS?
Yes.
Okay. Because I see them in when I go into Walgreens, they have this 50% off sale and stuff like that. I go in there, I walk straight past the Squashmallows, and then I go to the toys. I never go back and look at that stuff. And this was in the past. Now, when I've got knowledge of those, I start going in there and they'd be gone, So I just want to know if that's one of the places that you source.
Yes, and for those stores, Squishmallow release different kinds for some stores.
What about Kroger's?
Yeah, Kroger's too, and it's another one that we don't have it here in North Carolina. There is more in the in the west over there.
Right.
Safeway, I think it's called something like that. So they sometimes have ones in there, and if you find the Bimby, there is a clown. It resell really good on eBay too. That one is just released in those stores.
Oh, okay.
Now at Walgreens, you might want to check too. Like when you're walking in, a lot of times you see them along the windows. Even though they may be along the windows, they're still for sale when it comes to the clearance section. Because when they're trying to clear them out, they got them all out on the floor somewhere. Yeah. Just ask, and they'll let you know. Because that's why I picked up my big ones, and I sold them very fast.
I walk right past them all the time myself. I just happen to look at those ones at a store.
Even in just like Walmart, Walgreens also has the hidden clearance, so you have to look at your phone on the app.
Yeah.
But I bought most of all the Squashmallows that I've ever dealt with from Walgreens or Walmart, but majority of the ones at Walgreens, I sold immediately. It didn't take long to sell, including the Olaf one that hangs with the what's her name again? The Frozen.
Yeah.
And it also had Olaf with it, so it was a set of two. And I sold those very fast, and that was the medium-sized ones. I got those at Walgreens.
Olaf with the deer and Christmas. That's a bolo in Amazon.
You do have a question in here at timestamp 810 from Lisette.
810.
Yeah, timestamp 810.
Oh, way behind. Let's see.
You can find them at 5 and below.
Yes.
I pass, but I don't go in Five Below. I need to
We got this. We're gonna make this the what time it is? 44 minutes. We're gonna make this the last question. So let's. Betty Boo want to know what are your favorite categories to sell, and what's your most profitable sale ever?
The most profitable sale ever. My favorite ones is beauty. Health and beauty. Especially are some really good ones in Neutrogena, and still now you can find some good ones in there. But the most profitable that I have, as I said before, it have been those squishmallows.
Mm.
The pink piggy. I wish to keep one.
And every now and then you will find them at the Dollar Tree.
The pink piggy.
It's a big one.
Oh,
that's the big one she's talking about.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
I had the big bunny rabbits, and they was right on time too, because I held them for a year, and I sold them at Easter time, and I was selling them for anywhere between $90 to $80.
Yeah, they can be some good money.
Mm-hmm.
And if you go to do your comps and you see a lot of them are listed, just hold on to a Q4. Don't list them.
Yeah.
Let it tank first before you list.
Yeah.
That's what I do.
That's what I'm holding on to those $34.
I still it's some of them that you can hold it. You go to each Walmart and you just see it in one Walmart. You will know that one it will be a good one to hold, because probably in that time a lot of people bought it in the Walmarts. So if you hold it in there, you will get a really good money. That's how I make mostly my money now. For FBA and those good ones. I don't do FBA those, because the papers and so for what we're talking about.
Mm-hmm.
But if you FBM, you can make good money too.
Do you do any yard selling?
Yard selling, like a going looking for items in there.
Yeah.
Yes.
You...
Yeah. And here,
hey, this is a lady hustle, man. Do it all.
We got a city that they make Thursdays, which I love, because usually they do in Saturdays only, or Fridays and Saturdays and Sundays, and Thursday is not that many people, so you can find really good gems in there.
All right, let's go ahead and do the second giveaway for the night, and then we're gonna get into the topic from the Reseller 411. So go ahead if you're interested in Michelangelo for the Ninja Turtles. We have hashtag 007. Hashtag 007 if you're interested in this item.
So do you send all your items into Amazon, or do you do some FBM?
I do. Right now I am 90% FBM. I send it myself. Yeah. And I started way before they start to release all those fees. The low quantity fees and the high quantity fees, all those. Yeah. It was mostly a business decision that I took. Because they had me like I have lost so many achievements with them, and then they wasn't accepting the papers, and then it was like almost 6 months for they can release some of my money. So I get tired for that, because it was like every 5 boxes that I was sending, one it was lost, for each week. That's a lot of money.
Is that with Amazon?
Yeah, with the Amazon.
Yeah.
And then some people say that warehouse are really bad for that. And this is the one in Charlotte and here in North Carolina.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's true, but all my packages was going in there. And then I decided to put it just to go to one place, and they was still sending it in there. Yeah. That was worse.
Yeah, I always had problems
So,
with the Charlotte
Yeah.
location.
yeah.
Oh,
The Charlotte 2 is better. So, but what I started doing with my stuff is I inventory everything, put the inventory inside of the box, and I haven't had anything lost since. And I've been doing that for 2 years. So I tell people
That's
to inventory your stuff, put the inventory list so that when they open that box up, that's the first thing they see. And you check off on every item. And like I said, I'm 100% on mine. So I haven't lost anything in 2 years sending it to the FBA. Let me go ahead and run this right quick, and then we'll get into the next topic. Let's see. Oh, Milton in here?
Yep.
I'm gonna read.
One again. That's rigged. Rigged again.
Read that.
She's going for the whole set.
And like her name.
All righty.
Congratulations, Marie.
Congratulations, Maria.
Congratulations. And I'll put this over here on your stack.
Almost like a whatnot.
All right, next one up gonna be Leonardo. Matter of fact, I'll go ahead and run another one right quick, and then we'll have the Ric Flair for the end of the show. So Leonardo, let's see.
Wow.
All right, hashtag 43.
Your wife's the middleman. Your wife said that she received a lamp back from Amazon after they had supposedly sent it back 4 years ago.
Yep.
Wow.
It came in the mail, and we're like, "What in the world?
Where did this come from?"
Yeah, I'm like, wow. We were selling those lamps at one time, and she tried to get hers back, and man, it's been a while. When it came back, we didn't even know what it was. You know what I mean? And then she opened it up like, can you believe this?
Hey Milton, I sent you a message on TikTok asking for your address. I still got an item you won a couple of weeks ago, and I need your address to ship it out to you. So if you could send me your address on Instagram or TikTok, either one, I'll get it and I'll ship that out to you. I think it was a Super Mario or something like that you won a couple of weeks ago. Okay, New England Betty Boo got a birthday show on Whatnot next Thursday. I think I'll be traveling next Thursday. Picking in the Hood, if you're in here, we're not having a end of the month show. We'll catch you in June if you're available. So there's no show next week or the following week, which is the end of the month. We're not going to do a show.
Yeah, it's the 24th and the 31st.
Right.
Yeah,
we'll be back the first week in June.
Lisette's birthday is actually on Sunday, the 26th, but she's celebrating it on Thursday. Okay. It's on my public calendar.
I think the first week in June we will have Cha-Ching King.
That'll be June the 7th.
Right. All right, so let's go ahead and run this one right quick.
Buck, you said June the 7th?
Mm-hmm. That's going to be the first Friday of the month.
Hey, won't you be in Florida?
On the 8th.
Okay.
So, Jimmy, with the inventory that you do.
Yeah.
Again.
Hey, man, they told me to go to this, but it seemed like something ain't right about it.
Hey.
Let's see.
Now, that's the one you're going on just the weekend, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Hey, we're going to honor that win. Let me just check something right quick. We might have to go back to the number game.
Oh, Lisette, her name came up.
Yeah, I was just running it. Just trying to see what's going on here.
Is it favoring Marie? Oh, okay. Now it's going.
Yeah, Marie got it.
Yeah.
All right. All right. So, okay. So, Marie, you got it. I called it out earlier. I spoke it into existence.
Jeff says, hit him up when you know you're going to be in Florida.
Oh, yeah, for sure, man. I'm going to be down at St. Augustine June the 8th for the WrestleCon. So if you're interested in wrestling figures, trying to get them at a discounted price, come to St. Augustine, man.
What's up, Patrick?
So we're going to get into the Reseller 411, and we're going to not try to have this too long of a conversation. And I can give you a backstory before I run the little promo. So basically every week I try to find a topic, a resale topic that we could talk about on Friday night. Sometimes it's things that may be active and currently going on. Sometimes it could be something that happened a couple of months ago. But I try to find information that is very informative. And this week I came across a topic of collectors basically trashing resellers. And I thought it was just one YouTuber, but then once I got into doing my research, I found out there's several resellers out there. I mean, several toy collectors out there that are making YouTube videos trashing resellers, calling us scum and scammers, and we killing the collectors world for collecting items and stuff like that. So one of the guys, I mean, he was, he had his own viewpoint about things, and I went in and started trying to clip his video, but he was so profane in there. I just decided just not to put that stuff on my YouTube channel because I'm not trying to get my channel banned for some stupidity. And I'm surprised his channel is still active because, I mean, he was calling us all kind of stuff. And I'm not going to put his name out there because I'm not trying to send no traffic to his channel. But the guy was just, if you, I went into the comments, there was a few resellers in there giving him some pushback, but it was also a lot of people in there supporting what he was saying. He got about 800 subscribers, and I guess, he just trying to rally the cage to get more people to follow him or whatever. But he was definitely, whatever crazy term, sexual term that you could think of that sound crazy, that's what he was pretty much calling us, that, we scammers, we the scum of the earth. I mean, he was just going in, and I sent the videos to the middleman. I forgot to send them to Johnny, but we're going to kind of talk about that in the once I play the promo. It's basically, do you think, the question is, do you all think that resellers should not be braggadocious on their videos about their finds and how much they're selling items for? And two, do you think resellers are killing the collector's game? And I just want your opinion on it, and I'm going to give my take, because when I first heard that stuff, I was like, man, I'm going to do a video and do some clapback. But then I had to sit back and think about it. And I'm like, I'm not trying to get into the mix on that kind of stuff. I mean, because everybody got their own viewpoint. So let me go ahead and play the promo, and then we'll get into it.
Reseller 411, the unfiltered truth, telling it like it is. It is what it is. It ain't what it ain't.
All right, so middleman, I pretty much put the premise out there. You can pick it up.
Yeah. When I watched the video, I kind of got a little upset because how he was talking about us. It was just like I felt like he must have had a bad interaction with a reseller, or he couldn't get the price that he wanted. So he was saying how we was killing the game market, because that's the video gaming is big, and he was talking about particular two big game resellers,
Right.
chase after the right price, and what's his other guy? I can't think of his other
Oh,
guy.
you got to put them out there, man.
Oh, okay. And he was pretty much saying how they was a scum of the of the earth, all of us, all resellers, that we shouldn't be overpricing items that we find at garage sales and in the store, and that people shouldn't buy from us. But then you have people that pushing back like, well, you buy from Walmart, you have to buy groceries, and they're resellers. And other places you go, they're resellers. You put gas in your car, they're resellers. So if you hate one reseller, you got to hate them all, because they have to bump the prices up in order to get a profit.
Right.
And he was saying like, okay, he had a game. You find a game for $5, one reseller have it for $50, which to him was a good reseller. But the guy that got sell it for $150, that's the scum of the earth. He said that guy's greedy, and but he was saying how you can build a system cheap, and it was like, okay, who got the time to go build a system, a gaming system, right?
Yeah,
right?
They were definitely giving some pushback in the chat. That's for sure.
Who has the time? Why this person has the item that I'm looking for? He had at a price in which I'm willing to pay for it. So why would I go buy it? Right? It makes sense. But the price is the price based off of what the buyer would pay for it. That's the price. If the buyer would pay $150, that's what it's worth, $150.
Right.
So then he was saying he was mad at the buyers that actually buy from resellers. Like, so you mad at the reseller and you mad at the buyer?
Right.
It just put me in the mind of, I deal with collectibles like toys, and also a lot of toys. So I got high end toys that I sell. So I have some buyers that'll buy my toys just to prove a point that you're going to get it for free. And what I mean about that is they'll purchase the item, they'll get the item, then they'll say to Amazon or Walmart, this is not the item, right? Or they'll say they didn't receive the item. A lot of times that's a collector. What I've learned in this game, and you hear a lot of other resellers that have been in the game for a while, to tell you, the collectors are the ones that do a lot of stealing from you.
Yeah.
Because they feel like it should be at a certain price, and you shouldn't have it. It's not your right to put it at that price.
Right.
And so I'll Google some of those guys that do that, and a lot of times it's 2 or 3 different places that they're at. 1, New York, 2, California, and 3, Washington State. That's my biggest issues. Those are the 3 states I have the most issues with collectors. Right.
Wow.
So they would get it. Amazon or Walmart will give it to them for free. But you have to fight for your money, and which I do. And I get my money, they have a free item, and they get their money back. So they're the one hurting the reselling game, because now you have to up your price, because when you, just like the stores, when people steal out the stores, the people who buys, the people who actually doing the right thing gonna have to pay for it.
Right.
But the prices go up.
Right.
So it's a lot to that he's not saying. Like there's a lot of, as he say, scumbag collectors. It is. It is what it is. And I hate that people that looks down on resellers, especially the ones that are trying to make a living out here and make a living for their families, because not everybody buys certain items at the same price anyway. Like Buff get a pallet, right? The cost on the items on this pallet is a whole lot cheaper than the cost of me going in the store and doing retail arbitrage, right? And we can get the same items. So if we get the same items, his price is different than mine. He could per item could be $3-4, but when you go in the stores, it can be $20-25 for me.
Yep.
So he could sell it at $50. I have to sell it, you know what I mean, or $30. So I have to sell it above that in order to make a profit. Some people don't look at that. You know,
shout out to Patrick Murphy and Blood, Sweat, and Sales. What's going on, Leroy? Yeah, man, those some valid points, man. I was going to interrupt because some of the stuff you was talking about, I definitely wanted to hit on it, but I'm going to save it to my turn. Journey, you got something to add?
I don't think that. Again, I didn't see the video, but for me, it's a no, because I don't think they should be downing us as resellers, because there's several things that I look at it. One, we're saving things from going into the landfill. Someone else is buying. We're able to find things and resell it. If we can buy it as low as possible and sell it for a great profit, we're also selling someone that may be looking for their childhood, whether they lost a fire, a flood, hurricane, tornado, no matter what. We're actually selling someone is looking for something to replace their childhood, something that they missed. But for me, I look at it this way. I'm not going to put myself in anybody's negativity or their bubble of negative. I want to stay out of that circle so they can say what they want. But I know what I do with my business plan. I find what is the price it's selling. It doesn't matter what anybody puts on any of the platforms. They may be asking for it, but that don't mean they're going to get it because the buyers aren't willing to pay it.
Right.
So we should all, as resellers, think about making sure, because especially those that are new to the reselling community, be mindful of looking for your comps of what is actually that item selling for compared to how many. That's that making sure that how many are sold, how many are listed, and then is it the sell-through rate good? So don't try to, what kills me the most is when I'm going to an estate sale or an antique mall, and it was the first thing I see, a sticker, a sheet print out from eBay. This is selling for eBay for this amount. I'm looking at it as I don't see, that's what they're asking for. That don't mean they're gonna get it.
Yeah.
You got to look at what's sold, and I don't see a green numbers on that sheet of paper. So you need to go do your homework. You know what I'm saying? Come on now. Yeah. We're just saving. We're one of the steps of, because somebody may not be able. You never know what their condition of their health is, so you don't know if they can get out the house and go shopping. So because some people are bound by home, they only have the interweb of internet to buy. Yeah. So they're willing to pay that price.
Yeah.
But again, as a reseller, don't base it on what's being listed. Base it on what people are willing to pay for it.
Right.
And that's all I gotta say about that.
The Lady Hustle, you got something to add, Cynthia?
Yes. I don't think that. I think that we are doing a really good job to take care of a lot of stuff from the landfill, and he was saying, and that is something that we should be proud about, as a reseller. When somebody come into my YouTube channel and say something about that, I say, okay, what you doing for health, or for taking care of the environment? Because you can come into me and say whatever you want, but I am helping some way or another one. And if you're talking about that we are price gouging, because that is a word that people from Amazon like to say, what about these people that, I don't know if you saw the Netflix show, they called King of Collectibles? What about those people that resell those stuff almost for, I don't know, $10,000?
Right.
More. We're just trying to get, put a food in our tables. Those people are trying to get rich, for the same things, collectibles. That company is a big thing, but they will not go to them and tell them that they are ruin the collectible part or the reselling world, or because they know what they're doing, right? So he was saying we had to make sure when we're listing the item for don't tag those prices, because sometimes, yeah, we go in there because we don't know how to research. We go in there and put the prices probably $2, $3, and probably it's an item that you can resell for 100.
Yeah.
So it's up to us to do that research, and try to do it as more accurate that we can, and put the right price so we don't tank that and don't call some people, oh, you are good, but some others, oh, you are price gouging, that item, or you are reselling for, a lot. That's the way that we can help as a reseller, that doing that research, not just on eBay, because it's more platforms. Is what now is more. Grill is another one that you can resell collectibles to. So it's a lot of platforms where you can compare the prices, and you will say, okay, I will compare where the market is, and if you the person you will pay, if you will pay the price, or somebody will pay the price, that means it's a demand out there, and they don't care, and they have money for paying. So yeah, if it's somebody coming to us and tell, okay, why you don't go to tell the clothing company they are ruin the reselling of collectible, right? Because it's a legit company right now. They know what they're doing, right? And they are putting the prices more way up than us.
Right.
If you saw that show, you know what I am talking about.
I didn't never watch.
Yeah. You haven't watched it?
No.
Yeah, it's called King of Collectibles.
I've heard of it, but I've never watched it. I want to comment back on New England Betty Boop's comment about she just received a feedback on eBay from someone who found her childhood gunt bear she lost in a fire. I had a lady who reached out to me because I had a few of a specific Hallmark Barbie ornaments. And she had a specific series that her dad used to buy her. And this was going to be the first year he did not get to buy her the last year of the one I had. And she asked me, would you take this amount? And she gave me the story after she paid for it, though, because I did take an offer. And then she told me my feedback was about that, too, as far as she bought it because her dad had passed away. And I happened to have the one that she needed to end that series the year he passed away. So you just never know. Customer service.
Yeah.
We had to put more information if we have YouTube channels, about it. Besides, why we doing good, and not just like, I know it's a lot of resellers in there because I see it all the time when I go to the thrift stores. They are really too much, they just come out, the people just come out with the cars and they are jumping right there. Okay, if you are those kind of people, I'm sorry what I'm going to say, but we had to behave, because it's a lot of people that go in there that they are not resellers. They see us like they are hungry. They really need that. That's a really bad behavior for me. As a reseller.
Well, the thing about the videos that people are putting out, like when they're actually physically buying the stuff.
No.
For me, I love doing every Friday. I do would you buy it or would you leave it? And everybody sends me links of stuff that they sold. And it's a game we do because it gets people thinking when they're going out sourcing. But there's some people that you don't know when they put that video out, you don't know if it was a month ago, 2 months ago, was it just yesterday? So a lot of people have that misconception. Oh my God, I got to go about find these and buy these. But you also got to remember the location of where they're at compared to where you are. So you got to come watch that kind of stuff on YouTube.
Shout out to Randy at Moon Valley Craft. Thank you for coming out. I did see your message. And blood, sweat, and sales, man. I appreciate that motivation, bro.
The ones that I thought they would
Definitely trying to win over here.
Because I can't scan in the store.
Let me give my 2 cents on the topic, and then we're gonna move on. Like I said, I got one more giveaway tonight, and shout out to Marie. She won 3 of the giveaways so far. You got the whole collection off the Buffalo. So Yeah, New England, Betty Boo. I definitely, when I first heard the video, the first guy was a little intrigued because he was kind of going back and forth. He was being a little condescending and passive aggressive, talking about the reseller. So I was like, let me just do a little bit more research, and then I found the guy that I was actually looking for. The one that basically tagged us as a scum, the bottom of the barrel, all that kind of stuff. And I was basically jotting down my notes because I was like, this would be a great clapback video. But I thought about it for a while, and I was like, I'm not trying to get into that negativity because that's not going to resolve anything. And if somebody say something, you don't get hit unless you react. Mm-hmm. And so I know I didn't get hit by it, but I did get into my feelings a little bit about some of the stuff that he was saying because he was generalizing all resellers. And I agree with everybody comment here tonight. It's just sad affair that we always try to compare against each other in every conversation. Most of every conversation on YouTube is always lateral. It's no vertical conversation. You want to go at somebody that you feel like you equal to instead of going at the big man, the millionaires, the people that are actually making the world move around. Those are the people you need to be going at. Why you are not making a video about Walmart and how they getting things for 5 cents and selling it to you for $50? Why you not going at Targets and Home Depot and all these big box stores that they getting things for penny on a dollar and they selling it to us at 50% margins. So it's just the things that he was saying and the words that he was using, like I mentioned earlier, I refused to put that stuff on my channel, and I knew that if I would have clapped back at this guy, I would have been doing him a favor because he got 800 some subscribers, and I got 28,000 subscribers. So, I just felt like it just wasn't worth it. It wasn't my time, and I didn't want to make him feel like he hit a reseller. So I just left it alone. But it's definitely something out there that they're trying to build. They're trying to build this divide. And like Cynthia said, we are the people, and Johnny said as well, we are the people that go out and find this stuff and keep it in circulation. We're not taking stuff and buying it and sitting it on the shelf. Like I was asked by somebody that all this stuff I got back here on the shelves, those are just collectibles. And my answer is no, they are all listed for sale. Matter of fact, I pulled one item from the shelf that sold this week. I'm not a collector. I'm a reseller. Now I will display stuff. Now my Stiller stuff back there, that ain't for sale. But the toys, everybody know I sell toys. So the toys are for sale. I don't just collect that kind of stuff. So and my thing also to close this out is you upset with the reseller because we are out here out hustling you. You make this guy make a statement that, we go to all these flea markets and yard sales and stores and buy them out. Well, beat me to it, man. I can't buy it out if you beat me to it. You want to stay in bed till 12, 2 o'clock and think you're going to go to a store and find a collectible that you're looking for that been discounted down because you could do it 5-6 years ago. Well, 5-6 years ago, you don't have the same type resellers. The same type of tools that are available to us now wasn't here 5-6 years ago. Like you're saying, oh, you got the bots and, y'all got the apps on your phone. That's technology, man. Yeah. It's a change coming around. You better catch on, or you ain't going to get nothing unless you get it through a reseller. So, it's just, like I said, he can tell now I'm still a little ticked by it, but I refuse to get into the rat race with these guys and really blast them because that guy left himself wide open on a lot of stuff because I was definitely making my notes, but like, Betty Boo said, don't give that energy to it. And I'm not.
Don't waste that energy.
Back, and stay in my lane. Everybody got their viewpoint, so I'm just gonna keep doing what I do. So if anybody else don't have anything to add, we're gonna go ahead and do this last giveaway. And the let's see, Marie gonna win again. Let's see.
She said she was gonna sit this one out.
Let's see. I'm gonna have to go back in here and set this up just a second.
Yeah, it is a lot of stuff that was said. I sent you the video, Johnny.
Okay.
So on Instagram, so you
one of the things I want to say too. I saw a couple of comments in the chat. For me, for that type of video to be coming out and they're trying to attack us as resellers, don't let it get to you. You need to be the better person, because I'm not going to go sit there and watch this man and make any comments. That's one thing.
Yeah.
But for you to waste your energy and your time, which is just as valuable to you, as it is to he thinks he's going to pull that entity from you, but don't let him. There's a lot of channels that once I click on a video and they start having that negativity, I'm out of there. I don't stay. I don't subscribe. I just don't. I surround myself with positivity. I want to keep that and also share that with others, because if I'm positive about something, I know I'm going to share that and it goes on to others as well. So stay and keep positive. Don't let that get you down. And that's
please, if it's somebody do those comments in our YouTube channel, don't delete it or don't report it, because that is good for your channel. When they start to say, hey, you are doing bad, and don't report it, because that helps us as a content creators as well, to the algorithm.
Yeah, I had that conversation this week on my morning show. Let it be constructive criticism if that's what you want it to be, but don't let it pull you down. Yeah. Don't let the devil drop you to the ground.
All right, so this is the last item I'm going to give away for the night. This is Ric Flair, and this is a set of 4. So you get all 4 of these. That'll be the set. And
that Hulk Hogan works.
The Honky Tonk Man, Hulk Hogan, and Bray Wyatt.
Yeah, Hulk worth about $40, I think.
So if you get, this is let me share. I think it's 55 #55. Let's see. Yeah, so if you're interested in that, put #55 in the chat. #55.
Also, don't forget that Buffalo has a lot of playlists set up on all his different seasons. If y'all would help him out by going in and leaving the playlist on and watching, leaving those comments. If you happen to step away from your computer, do not put the computer for YouTube on mute. You can really drop your volume down, but don't mute it, because he won't get credit if you do that.
Make sure appreciate it, Jen.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
But Jennifer's been dropping your seasons link playlist. That's why I'm saying that, because Jennifer's been dropping a different playlist. So if y'all can run them, it took me 2 weeks, because when I get back in the office, I take it off. But every night, it took me 2 weeks to get through every single playlist. But I got it. So yeah. But there was some I didn't see, because it was pretty good, because I was able to watch them. So. And definitely stop and make sure you leave those comments and leave those thumbs up, because all that helps get the channel pushed out for him. For a Buffalo Picker here, Mr. Tommy. That's right.
Get ready to run it, y'all.
Look, Miss Buffalo, I tell that all it is in the morning on my morning show. Me, I don't play that. Ain't got time for that.
All right, y'all.
Congratulations.
All right. Let's see.
Hello, Bill.
Congratulations.
All right. What's going on, Bill Bixby? Thank you for coming out, brother. Did we miss anybody else that jumped in here?
No, I was watching the chat. Oh, you didn't?
Yeah, I just want to follow up with Johnny. I appreciate everybody that's taking time out to play my YouTube in the background. And like I told the story a couple times, before is YouTube pretty much took me back down to 0 watch hours, and I have to build it back up. So I wish they would have just left my watch hours and took away the subscribers. I would have got that pretty easy. But the watch time is crazy because they took me from the 4,000 that you needed all the way back down to 0.
Yeah.
I appreciate you all for what you all doing to get my channel back monetized. And that's why I do what I do. Keep it transparent, tell you what you need, what I can help you with this resale game. So
that's right.
Congratulations, Char. I get this out to you. If possible, I'll probably throw you another Barbie in your box as well. So the one of the things that we're gonna go ahead and kind of close this out. So keep your answer short. And y'all may have talked about it when I jumped off for a second, but as far as the what you all think about the reseller kind of being braggadocious on YouTube when they're making their content. Do you think they should be talking about what they paid for an item and how much they selling it for?
Well, I don't think anything wrong with it. You can be happy about finding items. You know what I mean? You pretty much just showing people what was out here and is out there.
Right.
You know what I mean? And showing them the prices that that you can get it for. I don't have a problem with that.
Right.
Because who anyone to tell you what you can show on your channel or do in your life. So if that's what you want to do and it's not hurting you or your family, then why not? I like that they show it because it helped me look for those items too. You know what I mean? For resellers, that helps us.
Right.
People who hate that, then they could just hate it. Because I look for some of those items myself. If you don't see bolos, how would you know what to go look for? I think it's good.
Yeah, I think it's good because if you do it as an education, not as bragging, not as I'm better than you. I look at it this way. I understand when I first started watching YouTube. I noticed sometimes when I was watching some videos, I would take notes on my phone. This is my opinion, and solely my opinion. I personally do not follow those bolos. Now I'll write them down okay, I remember seeing that. I remember picking that. I could have picked that up for this amount of money, that kind of thing. But don't solely put your business. What's the word I want to think about here? Your business plans. Don't base your business on those bolos, because think about it this way: somebody in California might think it's a good bolo for them, but you may live on the East Coast and you won't be able to find that item for that price. So just remember, it depends on where they're living at. But also, I think it's okay because it's like an education. Every Friday I do it. And I get more compliments and people engaged in the chat when we do this, because now they're thinking when they go out, oh my God, that sold for that much. And I'm looking for comps that sold. Not just that one sold for like this morning. We had a basketball from 2006. Sold, I think it was 2006. Sold 2007. Sold for $200, and it was used. You just never know. So I think it's an education, as long as you're not being arrogant, showing off. You're doing it as educational for somebody to learn something, especially a lot of people that are new at the business.
Right. Cynthia?
Yeah. You muted.
I think, thank you. I think that when we create content, we're doing it for share, and because somebody else helped us in our way, to doing this or starting this. And we try to get back to the people who are just starting, and doing that and showing the numbers is pretty much what the business is about. And part of that is showing how much you bought it for and how much you sell it for. I learned a lot about the sales, souls, what souls and all that, the holes the resellers have, because I can see, okay, maybe it's a good bottle in that brand. He was saying Jimmy, right? No, it's not Jimmy.
Johnny.
Me, Johnny.
Johnny.
Here's Johnny.
Like a Johnny was saying, I don't follow those followers, because you have to know how to research and find your things in your area, because you will not find the same things. You will find different items, but probably you will have the people who are starting in your area, and
right.
so I think it's a good to show thing. I do it personally. In average, that's how I work my business, and that's how I show, because all my items cost $5. That's it,
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
and that's how I try to be, and that way I can project my numbers, especially in eBay. And it's different, of course, in Amazon, but because in Amazon we cannot show that much information about it, right? But in eBay it's more easy because you can show, oh, this cost me this, and I sold it for this.
Right.
And I personally, I love those videos.
Right.
So I think we should keep in doing it.
And Patrick, he pretty much put out here basically what I was thinking is that, YouTube is entertainment first, content, information second, so I know when I first started YouTube, I always would try to find a comedian to slide into my YouTube videos just to kind of do something different and make you laugh and stuff like that at the opportune time. Yeah, you have to be informative, but a lot of people don't just want to sit there the whole time and watch you lecture to them about how to do something. So you got to have to change up the pace because you got to know your audience. Yep. And if you know your audience likes something, they're going to tell you in the chat at some point or in the comments. So, and that's how I react off. If somebody asks me something or they say, oh, yeah, I like that, or, that was cool, I'll try to figure out how I can get it into another video at some point. So you got to kind of cater to your audience. But the reason I asked that question is because that was one of the things that was said in the video as well, is that we be hyping up our videos. We're really not making the finds that we're finding. We're really not getting things at that price and selling it for that price. But on the backside, you saying, oh, you making your prices too high. You selling stuff, you're getting it for cheap and selling it high. I mean, it can't be both ways. It got to be one or the other. Yep. So that's one of the reasons why I asked that question, just kind of get you all opinion on what you thought about that. I don't try to brag. I just tell it how it is. I try to be a realist on my videos. If I tell you that I got it for a certain price, I got the receipts to show you that that's what I got it for. And I try to show you as well as like what's the potential that you can make off of it. It's not trying to brag at all. And I always say it's the potential price. This ain't what you're gonna get every time. It's all depending on the market, the supply and demand. That's why you will hear me say stuff in my video that I'm gonna box this up and put it in the treetop and hold it until Q4 because I know the value of it would be better than what I'm trying to sell it at this time, where the market is moving at. So all that stuff is I try to keep people informed that watch my videos. It's not to be bragging about nothing about, oh, you got all these tables of toys you just trying to show out. No, I'm not. This is what I do. That's what I'm trying to show you. This is what I do on a regular basis, And this year, like I said before, a couple of times, that I'm trying to be more transparent. I finally got the warehouse where I wanted, and I'm going to bring the camera into the warehouse and start showing you on a daily basis what I do in there. And it ain't got nothing to do with bragging. If that's the way people take it, then that's your problem, not my problem.
I'm going to piggyback off of what you just said. I want to piggyback off of what you just said. I know when I first started watching you on your channel, in your warehouse, and your stuff you were doing, when I first started, I had bought a storage unit back in Louisiana, and I had crates of Barbie dolls. and I happened to come across your channel. And for me, the way you do your videos, I like that because now I want to learn how are you doing that. You know, you're not bringing it across as you're not going to share anything because you always drop nuggets. Well, that's one of the things about myself too. We need to be transparent, be honest, and be truthful. Because if you can give those three things and be transparent about what you're doing, and I want to know, I want to learn, I want to know more about it. How can I do that? How can I be as successful as you? But I know I need to work at it. You know, I might not be able to buy the quantity of what you have, but I would like to try. So some videos, take it as a lesson and learn. And if you're eager to want to learn, use that as a stepping stone to learning. But if somebody's coming across as arrogant and throwing numbers and not really showing you things, stay away. Warning.
Yeah. I mean, my thing is when I show the volume of the items I'm buying, I'm not showing people that to think that they need to jump out in 12 feet and drown. I'm not trying to do that. What I'm showing you is that this is potentially to where you could get, you know, I mean, and I know that it requires funds. And like I tell people all the time, I'm blessed because I don't have to fully rely on resale money. You know, that's why I still work my job and the other benefits that I get for time served in the military. But you know, the potential is there if you do it right. You know, and what a nugget I dropped on, and I'm going to say this and get off my soapbox. A nugget I dropped on Hump Day Hangout show was you got to get your business in order. You know, and once you get your business in order, you can enjoy the fruits of being a reseller. Get out of the quick flip hustle mentality and get more into the business, running it as a business. You know, get your paperwork in order, get your bank account in order, all that stuff right there. Once you get that in order, then you'll understand how the rich get richer. You know, how you can scale your business up. It ain't about going out and buying all these products and continue to buy products and flip it and then put the money back into buying more products. That ain't the way. And I'm saying that because that's a mistake I made early in the game because that's the way I was taught. You know, take your money, flip it, go buy more products and continue to flip. That ain't the way, you know. So look into that. I'm not gonna dig deep into it like I did on Hump Day Hangout. But if you want to see what I had to say, go back to Hump Day Hangout. You know, get there, show some watch time. Look at, you know, that part where I was talking about how you establish your business side of reselling. You know, so you can enjoy things like going on trips and have your business pay for it and stuff like that.
Exactly.
So we're gonna go ahead and wrap this one up. Anybody got anything they want to plug? I know Johnny, you know, plug what you got. Middleman, if you got anything going on this weekend, you go ahead and plug that as well, and then we'll work around to our special guests, and then we'll get this thing closed out.
Well, I don't have anything going on this weekend. I'm just like I said last week, listening. I'm trying to get this stuff up and try to prepare for WrestleCon. That's about it. I'm trying.
Yeah, man. Hey, I'm looking forward to that, brother. I'm looking forward to that. Johnny?
I thought you said you weren't going to have the show on the 7th of June.
Yeah.
Because you're leaving. You're still having it on the 7th?
Yes, the 7th. Yeah, because I won't leave until the 8th.
Because Glamour's, I'm going to be on with Glamour's on the 7th. Because I know you're not going to be on there for 2 more weeks. And on my show in the mornings, I do a morning show at 8 o'clock a.m. Eastern Standard Time, only Monday through Friday. You don't normally see me on the weekends unless I'm in a chat somewhere. I do the morning show at 8 o'clock. It's basically, and my times are Eastern Standard Time. I do a morning show where it's Q&A. We talk a lot about reselling. Monday is always Monday motivations. I try to keep everything in a positive attitude. I've been starting to do things where I'll write key pointers of what I want to talk about, get the chat involved. On Fridays, I do Would You Buy It or Would You Leave It? And it's basically getting you ready in the mindset of going out sourcing and garage sales on the weekend. Every Monday at 4:30, I do a bingo fun night on my channel. And then every Wednesday, it's a hump day auction. And then also on the first Tuesday of each month, if you're a member of my channel, you are able to be on the rapid fire round showcasing of members of my channel. But you do not have to be a member to be in the chat or to purchase. You only need to be a member to be on the live show. And you get a 30-minute time slot on that one. And I'm always showing up on guests on Ella's and other channels. And so I hope to see y'all around and come join us on Bingo and come enjoy the morning show with us.
All right.
We're like a community. We're family.
Cynthia, you got something you want to plug?
Yes, I want to add something that you were saying, Jimmy, that about the business. I learned very early because I have a degree in business administration, and one of the books that I would recommend definitely is The Profit First. I don't know if you have been read it, but it's Profit First by Mike. I will type it in here because I don't know how to pronounce that name.
Right.
But it's a really good book, and you can listen in audiobook if you have Audible. And I will definitely recommend that book. He's talking just what Jimmy was saying about the profits and flipping, and you have to think first and you profit and take that away first your part, and then yes, you can reinvest the other part. Really good book. And I don't have nothing for this weekend. I try not to have nothing in the weekends. Just share with my husband, and go watch movies. I try to leave the listing schedule all the way to Monday, so I don't have to think about it. Sometimes I do packaging, on Saturdays because I love receive all those good reviews on eBay, especially because if you get those packages, before the time that they are expecting, you will have good reviews all the time.
Yep.
And a lot of them. And that's it. I try to post one video in my YouTube channel a month because I don't want to take the content creator as a job. I want to just share a little bit of knowledge of what I have, but I am very active in Instagram and TikTok. So if we can connect over there. And thank you for
All
having
right.
me in defending the hustle today. That was cool.
All right. All right. I want to give a shout out to the chat. Thank you all for all your support and your activity in the chat. Definitely had some great comments going on in there. I want to give a shout out to TheLadyHustle for your transparency and the knowledge that you brought to the show tonight. Appreciate you taking time out to come out here and hang out with us. I also want to give a shout out to Johnny, the New England Cajun Roots. Make sure I get that right, the new name. Thank you for stepping in for Glass City Pickers tonight, and we appreciate the everything that you brought to the show tonight.
Thank you for the invite.
With that being said, Buffalo Picker, defend the hustle. See you all in 2 weeks.
Good night, everyone.
Good night.